Hello friends, today's August 12th, 2023, and I am still in the hospital, but kind of in the rehab side now. And I've been in hospital since January 1st. December 31st was the last night that I was not in the hospital. I want to give you just a quick recap of this past week. I started a little bit more intense rehab this week, got out of the room for the first time, and on Wednesday, I believe it was, I took my very first steps using the parallel bars. Well, I always have a goal to increase everything each day to get stronger, to get better, to get faster, if you will. And so I increased those steps in parallel bars that day, and by Thursday I was ready to start trying to walk on a walker in the hallway, and I did. A little bit difficult, but I was managing. I had to learn kind of how to put one foot in front of the other and lean on the walker, move it. I worked 3 times that day on walking this short hallway. The first time I went 14 feet, I believe it was, before having to rest and sit down. And after a couple minutes, I went again and did 15 feet. I wanted to make sure I broke what I did the first time, and I did. Later in the afternoon, they asked me if I wanted to walk again. I said absolutely. And so this time I was kind of determined to go even further. Like, how about let's go the length of the hallway in one shot. So I did, and I went 27 feet. Well, then on Friday, I decided I wanted to go 40 feet. So we had to go to another hallway for that. And we marched off 40 feet, and there was a mark on the floor where I needed to get to, and I got to it. I went 40 feet. So that's kind of what I'm doing, no matter what it is, what exercise I'm doing. I'm working at trying to make sure that I beat my day before, that I set new goals, higher goals, and reach those goals. Now, Saturday and Sunday, there is no physical therapy that goes on, so I've been here in the room all day. And so I thought I will take maybe Saturdays and Sundays to talk about some other stuff. And today was just a recap of that first week of rehab. I have a goal starting tomorrow, 50 feet. And so we will mark that off, and I will do my best to do that. I don't know if resting a couple days first may make it harder to go that additional 10 feet, or if I need to stay closer to that 40. But one of the things I've learned about myself, and I'll get into this in a later detail, is that I'm a bigger fighter than I realized. That I always knew as a basketball coach I was competitive, but now I'm finding that competitive spirit just getting me back on my feet and starting to walk again. And I set goals, and I reach goals. And the competitive spirit inside me drives me to do that. So if you haven't seen it, I've been posting videos for the last week as far as how my rehab is going, just kind of highlights of the things that I did that week. And so you can follow my progress there. You can see the first time I stand. You can see the first steps I took on the parallel bars. You can see the first time I walked on the walker. You can see the first time I went 40 feet on the walker. And a few other exercises that's getting me stronger and better. So I'll be posting those every time I have a rehab. That I'll post something about what I did that day and show you. So be watching for that. I've got it all in a playlist right now on YouTube that if you haven't seen it, you can go back and watch from day one and see 2 to 4 minutes a day of the highlights of what I did that day. So I'll check in with you again tomorrow, and maybe tomorrow I'll start telling a little bit of the story of how I got where I am and how back January 1st I should have died. So stay tuned for that. If you don't know my story yet, I'll be posting little bits of that on weekends mostly. So I'll be back tomorrow with another video starting January 1st story. Bye.